So some people on Instagram have been telling me recently that they want me to do some Rocket League tips because there's a lot of beginners who want to get tips. Now I have 10 tips on how to get you better at Rocket League, and here they are. Now of course, the first tip has to be training. Definitely, 100% training. You want to spend a lot of your hours not just playing matches all the time. Obviously, play some matches, get better, but a very important thing is to practice in training. Maybe look at some tutorial guides on Master Flicks, how to do Master Flicks and that. Obviously, it won't be necessary to you to do Master Flick. I'm just giving an example, but it really does help you get better at the game. I put loads of hours into training, and I got me very better. I can tell you that it's very useful. That I would say people mostly say do 2 hours a day on training, so 100% put your 2 hours a day or something, or 2 hours a week or whatever, just solely based on training. The second tip I would give you is don't play by yourself. Definitely get friends so you can communicate with them, and obviously it'll be way more easier for you to play with one of your friends than it is to play with a random. But if you're like me and none of your friends play Rocket League and only play Fortnite, no, just me. Alright. Why is someone buying on? Hang on. No, but if you're like me and you have no one to play Fortnite, Rocket League with, then just play with randoms, then this tip's not good at all. Number 3 is focus on rotation. Now, rotation is quite an interesting one because someone will be upfield and they'll have like no boost and they will have nowhere to get back, so they'll just watch their teammate fail. A good tip I would say, if one of your teammates is pushing and going for the goal, stay mid at like the center, midway near their goal, and just wait and see what your teammate does. If he misses, then that's the moment for you to push. If you miss, rotation, you have no boost. Don't go for large bounce boosts. Don't go for the boosts in the corners. Go. There's like pads scattered around the whole areas, around everywhere. Collect them instead. It really helps to get you back at net. It really good is that and it helps with your rotation, so you can get back to net easily. So then, yeah, that's very good. Make sure you focus on that. Tip number 4 is don't always go for boost. Now the reason I say this, oh my god. Now the reason I say this is because most people, when they're at goal, they're like, okay, he's miles away, let me go get boost. Stay in there. Don't go for boost all the time. Maybe you can get some pads around your area, but then really quickly be sure what he's doing, the other player or anyone else is doing, and make sure you can have a way of defending that, because at the ranks of like bronze and that, you're most likely not going to find someone aerialing really high up. You're most likely going to just see him hit it towards you, and it's very easy to save, very nice and calm. That's why I would say don't go for boost. If you were in a situation where they were aerialing, then still don't go for boost. That's just an issue. Your teammate needs to go for boost and that, so hopefully it'll do that for you. But don't you make that mistake. Tip number 5 is don't focus on trades so much. Now, a lot of people focus on trades a lot, and I mean a lot. I do, but I don't do it as much as people would think I do. I do it for streams, and then I don't trade much after. Don't always go for the nice stuff though. You don't have to always get the best stuff in the game. You'd rather focus on the actual game than doing trading. I mean, if you don't want to play the game and you want to trade, then that's completely different. But in your case, if you want to get tips on how to get better, one good one would be don't trade too much. Just do some trades sometimes, but also play matches as well. Tip number 6, and this is a very good tip, don't always ball chase. Now, if you don't know what ball chase is, which most of you should know what it is, it's where you only go for the ball and you don't focus on those small things like getting back to your net or going upfield at right times, or even focus on rotations and that, and you leave your teammate in bad positions. Like, because you're only focusing on the ball, nothing else. I would not recommend this because you have no sense of awareness of where you are. You just focus on where the ball is, and that could lead to conceding a lot of goals. Focus more, as I said on tip 4, focus more, or well, tip 3, focus more on getting like not getting boosts as much, go for like rotation, get boost. Do what I did in tip 3. Don't please don't ball chase, because it honestly, it can be annoying for the opposition, but it's very bad for you. Tip number 7, and this isn't really a big tip, but I would recommend it, is change your camera settings to a good distance. Now the reason I say this is because lots of people have their car like a million miles away from their camera, or they'll have it very near, very inwards to their car. Now I'll put on screen some good camera settings, or good like width and that, because you gotta have some decent camera settings. I do recommend going for camera settings, because if it's too far away, it's very hard to hit the ball, but if you're too near, well, it's only good for aerialing. That's literally the only thing that, yeah, that's the only good reason it is for the really close up. It's quite difficult to play with both of them, and I recommend using the camera settings that I've showed on screen. Tip number 8 is do some wholesome toxicity. And the reason I say wholesome toxicity, because being toxic is not a good thing, I'd say. I mean, there's moments where if you do that, obviously, you can win, apparently. Someone's kind of proven it already in one of his videos. But that's not what I mean. Wholesome toxicity is where you balance being nice, but also being rude at the same time. You're balancing them out, and it is actually very good, because you have your moments where you're like, nice shot, well played there, mate, great clear, but then you'll also be toxic, as in if he doesn't save it, he's doing a stupid move, you'll go, wow. Wow, what a save, sort of thing. So you're being both nice slash wholesome, and then you're also being toxic, but it's also like, so you're balancing them out, so it's in a good way. Tip number 9, and this also helps with tip number 8 that I said already, is always use game chat with your teammates. Now, if you're playing with a friend, don't use game chat. Just talk in a party, or just somewhere, a Discord or WhatsApp or whatever. If you're with a random, use game chat, because you can communicate with them in a way that really helps out. So obviously, as I said, when you say nice shot, wow, what a save, sort of thing, you communicate, say I got it, take the shot, all yours, sort of thing. You will want to communicate with your teammates so they understand what is going on. You don't want to play the whole game saying, yep, that's literally what I mean. Just nothing. Alright, and the 10th tip, which is a tip that honestly you really should not, you should, or well, should not be doing at when you start the game, is definitely do not ever, and I mean ever, break rule number 1. I'm kidding. Tip number 10 is don't always go for trick shots. Like, and as I mean that, I mean as in aerial hits, double taps, all those sort of things. Because if you don't know how to do it or how to hit it consistently, there's absolutely no point of you even trying it. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this and these tips helped you, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, check out my other channels, check out my Instagram, because I love interacting with a bunch of people who watch my videos. And yeah, maybe I'll see you in the next video.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.